watching Niger Live Television, reaching you from Bielsa's capital city, Yenagoa. This is the Globe in View. In the news, President Tinubu nominates Oyedele as Minister of State for Finance. Bielsa APC elects Ogoriba as State Chairman at its Congress. DSS arrests 5 over El-Rufai return security breach. UK ends study work visas for nationals of 4 countries. Details shortly. Thank you for staying with us. I am Henry Ahamuefula with the details. The All Progressives Congress in Bielsa State on Tuesday held its Congress in Yenagoa, choosing members of the State Working Committee with Warman Wari Ogoriba emerging as State Chairman. Honorable Warman Wari Ogoriba, former House of Representatives member, pledged to sustain unity and secure electoral victories alongside the 37-member executive. In his remarks at the event, Governor Doye Diri urged members to remain united, support the re-election of President Bola Tinubu, and ensure victory for APC candidates in upcoming elections. The oath of office was administered by Mr. Stanley Demabido in the presence of party leaders, including Senators Kumbowe Benson and Benson Agadaga, Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Senator Heineken Lobobri, and NDDC Managing Director Dr. Samuel Obuku. The outgoing caretaker chairman, in his remarks, praised the leadership for reconciling factions. Dr. Dennis Otiotiu thanked them for ensuring smooth ward, local government, and state congresses. Similarly, the managing director of the Niger Delta Development Commission, Dr. Samuel Obuku, has congratulated Honorable Warman Wari Ogoriba on his election as chairman of the All Progressives Congress by Bielsa State Charter, following the successful APC State Congress. The statement, released newsman in Yenagoa, highlighted Ogoriba's emergence, reflecting the confidence of party faithful in his leadership, experience, and ability to strengthen and unify the party for greater service to the people. It also urged the new leadership to remain committed to progressive governance, internal cohesion, and people-oriented policies. Dr. Obuku commended Governor Doye Diri for creating an enabling and fair environment that ensured the smooth, peaceful, and widely affirmed conduct of the State Congress, reinforcing the party's stability and credibility in Bielsa State. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has nominated the chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Mr. Taiwo Oyedele, as Minister of State for Finance, subject to Senate confirmation. The nomination was conveyed to the Senate in a letter addressed to Senate President Godswill Akpabio and disclosed in a statement by the President's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Nanuga. Oyedele replaces Dr. Doris Anita Uzoka, who has been deployed to the Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning as Minister of State, marking her 3rd portfolio in the administration. Oyedele, an economist, accountant, and public policy expert from Ikaramina, Koko, Ondo State, previously led the comprehensive overhaul of Nigeria's tax system. The Rivers State House of Assembly has confirmed the receipt of a list of commissioner nominees submitted by Governor Similaye Fubara, and has invited 9 of the nominees for screening and confirmation. The submission comes about 3 weeks after the governor dismissed 8 commissioners who were not affected by the Supreme Court judgment, recognizing Martin Amaule as the authentic Speaker of the Assembly. He also relieved all his special advisors of their appointment. The 9 nominees are believed to constitute the first batch, with additional names expected to be forwarded as part of the cabinet reconstitution. In another story, the Department of State Services, DSS, has arrested 5 security operatives over events surrounding the return of former Kaduna State Governor Nasser El-Rufai from Egypt on February 12, 2026. Those arrested include Ayuba Yakubu, an Assistant Superintendent of Police, Maritala Inua of the DSS, Najib Maritala, an Assistant Superintendent of Immigration with the Nigerian Immigration Service, Amosa and Adamu, and Salihu Victor of Aviation Security. The arrests follow a joint investigation involving the DSS, the Nigerian Immigration Service, the Nigerian Customs Service, and the Federal Ministry of Aviation. Meanwhile, the Fundamental Rights Enforcement suit filed by El Rufai against the Independent Corrupt Practice and Other Related Offence Commission and others was adjourned at the Federal High Court in Abuja due to the absence of counsel for the respondent. On the foreign scene, the United Kingdom has announced plans to end study visas for students from Afghanistan, Cameroon, Myanmar, and Sudan, as well as work visas for Afghans amid rising anti-immigration sentiment. In a statement, the UK Home Office said an emergency break on visas had been imposed for the first time on nationals of the four countries, following a surge in asylum claims by students on study visas. The department disclosed that asylum applications from students of the affected countries increased by more than 470% between 2021 and 2025. The Secretary of State for the Home Department, Shabana Mahmood, stated that while Britain would continue to provide refuge to those fleeing war and persecution, the visa system must not be abused. U.S. President Donald Trump has said the country's Navy will protect commercial vessels in the Middle East if necessary to prevent an energy supply disruption triggered by the U.S.-Israel conflict with Iran. About 1/5 of the world's oil and gas passes through the Strait of Hormuz, the narrow waterway between Iran and the United Arab Emirates, and now shipping traffic has largely slowed, following threats from Iran to target vessels transiting the route. President Trump also announced that the U.S. government would offer risk insurance at a reasonable cost to shipping firms operating in the region, aimed at ensuring the uninterrupted flow of global energy supplies. However, energy and security analysts caution that the assurances may not be sufficient to fully allay concerns among international shipping companies. Emergency teams in Libya are recovering victims after a migrant boat capsized off the coast near Derna between Al-Tamimi and Al-Razim, highlighting once again the dangers of the central Mediterranean migration route. A statement by a member of the Libyan Red Crescent, Saleh Juma Al-Majoub, said 12 bodies have so far been recovered in the Qasr al-Akhya and Ghanima areas, noting that search and rescue operations remain ongoing as authorities seek to determine the total number of passengers on board at the time of the incident. And that concludes the news on Niger Live TV at this hour. I am Henry Ahamuefula. Thank you for watching.
APC. Progress. I return the glory to God Almighty, and I want to appreciate all of you for your cooperation, for bringing peace to our party, for bringing peace to our state, and for those who have been elected by consensus today. You are now the torchbearers of APC in Bayelsa State. Some of us may think that my loyalty is to the man who nominated me. We gave it to our leaders and elders and various caucuses to meet and have this consensus. And today that you have been sworn in, inaugurated, your loyalty is now to the All Progressives Congress. Your loyalty is no more to anybody who nominated you. You are now elected by every delegate that is here. And so your loyalty will be first to the APC and the leader of the APC, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You are in the committee of 36 states, and so represent this state, represent this party, wherever and whenever, with integrity. Represent us so that we will be proud that we have our party officials who at any time they are called upon will represent us proudly. And so once again, I congratulate you all for being elected as our torchbearers of the APC in Delta State. Let me also use the opportunity to thank our national officers, the national chairman of our party, the national secretary of our party, the national organizing secretary, and all the principal officers, working committee members of our party. They have done well.
The governor of Bayelsa State and the leader of APC Bayelsa State, I want to tell you that you are quite an inspiration to all of us. The altruistic nature of your conduct has brought peace to Bayelsa State. That also brought peace to APC. Today in APC, we live in peace, we live in tranquility, and we live in unity. This cannot happen if the hand of God is not upon you. We work as one big family. As a party, we will respect, protect, and try and sell out your policies and programs of your government. But I want to assure you that there will be unity in APC.